Hello everyone, it's Lindsay and I am back again showing you the April kit from Creative Retreat Kits. And today I'm going to be using this stencil. It's the subscriber exclusive for this month. So if you subscribe to the kits, this is the little extra that you get for being a subscriber. And I'm going to be playing around with some texture paste in my Bible today. So I'm pulling out my craft mat because it's a non-stick mat. That way I protect my surface. And I am working in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. It says, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might." And I just thought this verse went perfect with some of the elements from this month's kit. So I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of paper behind this page just to protect it. And then I'm going to be coloring this texture paste so that it matches with the purples in the kit. So I'm just kind of laying the stencil out first, kind of see where it's going to go in the margin. And then I like to lay out my stamping ahead of time just to make sure everything's centered and make sure that I leave myself plenty of room. So I'm laying the stamps down on the clear acetate that comes with the stamps. And then that way I can kind of move them around, get them centered. And then I'm just making a little mark with my pencil so that I know where the stamping is going to be, so I'm sure not to get any of the texture paste in those areas. So I'm just squishing some of this Distress ink. This is the Dusty Concord color. I'm just squishing a little bit of that onto my craft mat, and then I'm taking some of the texture paste and I'm using a palette knife to mix that in with the ink to color this texture paste. You want to work pretty quickly with this paste because it does start to dry out, and you just want to be careful that you clean all of your tools after using it because it will mess up your tools. Here I added a little bit of Seedless Preserves Distress ink just to darken up the purple a little bit and add a little bit more of a pink tint to it so that it matches the purples in the kit. And then I'm just laying my stencil down into the margin and then taking a little bit of that paste on my on my palette knife and then smoothing that through the stencil. So I'm working with a very small amount of paste at a time, and I'm very careful to not get the paste outside of the stencil. So I want it just within those diamonds on the page. And then I'm just using the edge of the palette knife to smooth it and remove any of the excess paste. This does create some texture and dimension through the stencil, which I like. I like to have some textured elements to my pages, but it's not so much that it creates a ton of bulk in your Bible. It's just enough to give you kind of a fun element. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the stencil over and add some more of this down at the bottom of the page. And again, you want to be sure that you clean off your stencil and your palette knife and your craft mat right away after you're done using this. If you allow it to dry on your tools, it will ruin them. So that's just something to keep in mind. I will have the products used listed down in the description bar down below so that you can find these if this is a technique that you would like to try for yourself. So I've gone ahead and ideally you would let this air dry for about 30 minutes to an hour. I'm impatient, so I use my heat tool to dry the texture paste. You just have to be careful because this will create some bubbling in the texture paste. So I'm just sure to keep my heat tool moving and not hold it in one place for too long. And you can see there's no bleed through or anything like that on the back side. And then now I can go ahead and add in my stamping. So I'm going to be using some VersaFine Onyx Black ink today. I like that I get really crisp, clean images when I stamp with this ink, and it's very, very black. However, it does bleed through the page, so if that bothers you, you may want to use your favorite black ink or prep your page ahead of time. So now I'm just taking some of the stamps from the kit this month and stamping out in the margin here. And so it'll say, "Love the Lord with all your heart." And it's great. There's so many different ways that you can arrange the stamps in the set this month. And there are a variety of different verses that you can use them with. So now I'm taking the little heart from the stamp set and I'm just stamping a few of those little hearts around in the page here, just to add a little something else to it. And then I'm going to be taking these colored pencils by Jane Davenport, and I picked these just because they had colors that really went well with the colors in the kit this month. And I'm just going to go ahead and color in the hearts and also the open spaces in that heart word stamp there. So I'm just picking some colors that go along with the kit. And then now I'm going to go ahead and take a fine tip black pen, and I'm just outlining the diamond shapes just to the left of them, just to add some more contrast and to tie in some of the black from the stamping. I just felt like there needed to be some other black elements on the page here. So I'm just outlining those shapes. Really simple because they have that dimension. They're really easy to just outline with the pen. You just want to make sure that it's completely dry before you take your pen to it, but you don't want to ruin your pens. And then now I'm just taking one of the lighter pink colored color pencils to highlight the verse on this page. And again, I'm working in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5 today. And then now I'm going to go ahead and take these cardstock stickers from the kit, and I'm going to create a tab at the top of the page. So what I decided to do is there's these tab stickers at the bottom here, but I like to cut these in half. That way I get twice as many tabs. So instead of 2 tabs, I have 4. And I'll show you in a minute how I deal with the stickiness. But I'm going to use some of these hearts and just kind of add some more detail to the top there. I love the shape of the hearts in this kit. They're a lot of fun. So I've gone ahead and flipped the page over, and you can see the stickiness from the tab is exposed. And I'm just going to take a little bit of baby powder and shake it onto the tab and then brush it off. And that baby powder takes away any of the stickiness that might be exposed from that tab. And that is it for the page today. Be sure to check the description bar down below if you have questions about the products that were used. There will be links to where you can purchase the kit for yourself. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.